welcome to my YouTube channel. This is BNSF 6951, a Vinny Vid Productions video. Hi, I'm Vinny and I will be your host. This is a model railroad channel, so if you enjoy watching scratch builds, layout updates, and rail fatting, and lots of other stuff that pertains to model railroading, this is the channel for you. So if you like what you see, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button. And after you hit that subscribe button, don't forget to hit that bell. That'll give you a notification of anytime I do a video or live stream. Anyhow, I'm going to ask you guys to do one more thing, and that is to give me the thumbs up. That will help my analytics with YouTube. I hope you enjoyed the video, so let's get going. First, a word from my sponsors. This Vinny Vid production brought to you by Yankee Dabbler. For all your model railroad needs, check out Yankee Dabbler. Don't forget, 7% discount with BNSF 6951. And by Highways and Byways, awesome street graphics for your roads and streets on your model railroad layout. If you guys are looking for sophisticated model railroad electronics, Logic Rail Technology has what you need. For a 5% discount on certain items, use code BNSF 6951. Alright guys, now it's time for the next step on your layout. Trees. I have been dealing with Bob for 7 years now, and he does excellent work on his trees. So if you need some trees on your layout, check out Long Shadow's Trees. Tell him the Cuzz sent you. Well, hello everybody. It is so good to be back here on Friday nights. I sure did miss all you guys. We're going to start off by doing, I think, the outdated live stream, weekly live streams. Check it out. I know John number 2 is supposed to be making some new ones, and as soon as he does, I'll get an updated one. But anyhow, let me go ahead and say hello to a few people here. And let's see who we got. We got Mr. Ron Moen. And we have Ethan Amatej, Steve Childers. How's it going, Steve? Thank you for that little donation. I appreciate that. Anthony Dodge, I appreciate your little donation also. Ralph Greenwood. And who else we got? Dustin Zenscale, how's it going, buddy? Haven't seen you for a while. Glad you can make it in this evening. Ralph Greenwood, Dave BNSF N Scale, Missile Hunter 5. Glad you guys could all make it in here tonight. Appreciate it. Who else we got? Joe Rader, how's it going, buddy? Glad you can make it in tonight. And who else? Dustin Zenscale, glad you can make it. I already said hello to you, but that's okay. And Steve Childers. It's funny, it's saying we have 28 in here, but I don't see 28 different names. Thank you, Steve, for the little donation. I appreciate that. Every little bit's going to help right now, since I had to lay out some money coming out of the hospital, doing gas back and forth to different places. Chasco, how's it going, buddy? Glad you can make it in. Don Hennessy, James Galton, Ron New Haven Rails, Mark S. from Highways and Byways. How's it going, buddy? I'm going to be doing a demonstration on your stuff tonight, so stay tuned. You'll see if I'm doing it right. Whatever works, railroad. Glad to see you in here tonight. You're new, and I appreciate you stopping by. Who else we got in here? John Tanzillo. How's it going, buddy? James Galton, I said hello to. Don Hennessy, I said hello to. Da, 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 da. Ron Moen said hello to. Where are we here? Kenwood's Model Railroad and Railroad Channel. How's it going, buddy? Glad you can make it in tonight. DWM Trains. How's it going, buddy? Nice. Glad you can make it in. You're new. Welcome to my channel. Hope you enjoy the live stream tonight. CP368 Productions. Glad you can make it in tonight. Darren Legee. Hello, Vinny. I'm doing pretty good. Thanks for asking, buddy. I'm feeling a lot better. Mike Rail Artist, glad you can make it in tonight. Thank you, Ethan. I appreciate your comment. Who else we got in here? Frank Neer. Barn full of change. Haven't seen you in a while. Glad you can make it in tonight. Kevin Brown, glad you can make it in tonight, buddy. I miss you guys. Ralph Greenwood. All right. Well, Dustin Zenscale, well, thank you so much, buddy. I appreciate that. I haven't used that bell for a while either. It's funny to be back, guys. I tell you, man, it's like I almost forgot how to do all of this. We have 36 in here tonight, and I'm happy about that. I hope we're going to get a little bit more in here. My partner in crime should be up in a little bit. You guys are hearing me with no problems. I'm assuming that I'm getting across. Hello, Mark. Hey, Mark Saunders. Thank you so much. I'm going to mention you here in my little chit chat section. So stay tuned. I appreciate what you told me on one of your comments, and I did acknowledge it, and I did make a difference. All right, so I think the live streams are done for now. Oh, no, maybe not. Maybe not. I'm just waiting for that to finish out so I can go ahead and put the next graphics up there, because I want to say thank you to all my new members that I have gotten over the past couple of weeks, and I appreciate that. Steve87, how's it going, buddy? Glad you made it in there. Randall Ellison, glad you made it in tonight. Hope you guys enjoyed tonight. I tell you what, man, I have been looking forward to this tonight all week. I started getting better on Monday and Tuesday. I was progressively this entire week. I was getting better and better and better. And right now I feel almost like myself 100%, but I'm not going to say I am, because this COVID thing is sneaky. I'll tell you that, it's sneaky. Let's see who else we got in here. I think I said hello to everyone. Patrick Halsey, glad you can make it in tonight, buddy. Central Railroad, who's that? Oh, it's Joe Rader. I already said hello to you, Joe. All right, so that guy's almost done. And then we're going to say thank you to all of these guys. I have gotten 2 new members this past week. I have Bugs Moran and Brian from Denver Rio Grande Iron Horse Route. So thank you guys so much. Jim Veronica, Bugs Moran, Ron Moen, Roy Elton, Brian Page, Dustin Enscale, Joe Rader, Chris Mitchell, Robert Young, M&M Shortlines, Dave BNSF, Grandpa Rails, Mark Arnold, and Brian from Denver Rio Grande. Guys, thank you so much. Every little bit's helping right now, because with this stupid thing, I'm going to different doctors and hospitals to follow up on all this crap that's been going on with me. Anyhow, I would appreciate it. So much for you guys' help and all that kind of stuff. All right, let's get back to here. I want to thank everyone for their prayers and best wishes. I'll tell you, prayer is very powerful. I think it was because of you guys that I'm actually getting better. So I appreciate all your prayers and best wishes. Videos, I got a little behind because of the COVID thing. But for my Dispatch 1 members, there are 2 new videos up there for you guys to be watching. Chris Mitchell, how's it going, buddy? And Georgia Sunbelt, Anthony, how's it going, buddy? Good you can make it in. Nolan, how's it going, buddy? Glad you can make it in also. Anyhow, the Dispatch 1 guys, there's 2 new videos for you guys to check out if you want to. I mean, you guys are paying for it. You might as well go watch some videos that nobody else is going to see. All right, what else we got? All right, Super Chats from the last time I did a live stream. Ken N., Santa Fe Bob, Joe Rader, Dave BNSF, N Scale, Derail Daryl, Steve 87 PSAP, Carolina Foothills, and Kevin Brown. Thank you guys so much. I tell you that it's been really helping me out financially. I'd already mentioned new members. I also got acquired a few more subs, and I have to check out and see who they are so I could personally thank them by name. Now, if you guys remember, the last thing we worked on was my my gas station, and I showed you guys how I was doing all the striping and this and that and the other thing. Well, I got 2 comments on that particular video, and they both made sense, and I did make the changes. Mark Saunders said that I need to move. Let me see if I can do this real quick. I need to move from behind that police car to in front of the gas pumps back a little bit, so there is a bit more room for cars to maneuver in there. So I actually did do that. You'll see that in tomorrow's video. Oh, thank you, Kevin. Thank you so much. I appreciate that, bud. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. And the other suggestion I got was from Roy Hardwick via John Dilly or Grandpa Rails. He said that, let me make this just a picture again. He said that the lines, I didn't know, actually no lines on there right now. I had the yellow lines on there for the handicap parking spot. He said they should be blue. So I did some research, and yes, he is right. There are blue stripes, there are yellow stripes, and there are white stripes. And there's no stripes with just a sign in front of it. So I spoke to my guys at Highways and Byways and asked them if they would do some blue stripes. And they told me, blue stripes? What for? Now, I'm only kidding. They will have in their parking lot kit, they will be adding blue stripes for people that want to do handicap parking spots with the blue lines. So thank you, Mark. I appreciate that. I know Mark's in here tonight. Let's see who else we got. I'll tell you, Ralph, this is the first time I have not gone out since I've been home from the hospital yet. My car is telling me I need gas. It's saying, no, look, little yellow lights on. You need gas, buddy. But I have not been out to any stores or anything since I've gotten home. I'm going to venture out tomorrow and get some gas in my car and some other stuff that I need to do. Anyhow, one of them is to get this mop cut. Oh, yeah, I've got to show you something. I don't know if you guys... yeah, Mark, it really does look a lot better. In fact, I don't want to spoil it now. I don't want to show you what I've done to the gas station so far, but you'll see all the extra stuff that I've been doing to the gas station to make it a little bit more prototypical and give it some more stuff. Anyhow, I want to show you guys something, and I hope that this works. I want you guys to meet the newest member of my family. That, guys, is the future engineer. His name is Harlan Raybald, and he is my grandson. Came into this world on Father's Day while I was in the hospital. I just got to meet him last week after he's been born on the 18th of June, and I just got to meet him last week. That's how long I was away from everyone. But anyhow, yeah, that's my grandson, a future engineer, and I told my daughter when he's 6 years old, he'll be at my house playing with trains. Thank you, guys. I do appreciate it. You know, it's funny because in my family, I have 4 girls. And one of my twin girls has a daughter, which is my granddaughter. So I have 5 girls, my sister, and her daughter. So I have like 7 girls in the family. So finally, my youngest daughter gave me a grandson. Yay! Thank you. Anyhow, let's see. So I listened to your suggestions and I did do it, and you'll see that in tomorrow's video. And I also am waiting for the blue stripes. Now, Mark told me, he called me early and said he did send the priority mail. I maybe would have got it today, Mark, after I hung up the phone from you, I did run down to my mailbox. I did not get it today, so probably tomorrow. So I will show you guys those in the next week when I get those. Also, it was brought to my attention about I think it was Frank Neer who went to Yankee Dabbler to buy some stuff, and he found out that my code wasn't working. So I spoke with Bob, and Bob said, yeah, he's been having some medical issues also, and he forgot to renew it. He renews it every year. Whatever month it is, he just renews it. Anyhow, let's see. Yeah, he's going to be spoiled. My daughter doesn't know that yet. I seem to be freezing up a little bit. Are you guys noticing me freezing up a bit? That's good. Yeah. Yeah. And I told Pappy, you guys, Pappy, try goggling. My daughter gave me the nickname of Pappy. So I'm going to be Pappy number 2. All right. So I think I got my partner down there in the basement. So let me see if I can bring him up and let's see what he's got to say. Let's see. Haven't seen any freeze up yet. Okay. That's a good thing. No freeze here. Okay. Let me bring up my buddy here. Hey, Mr. John.
Hey, how's it going, everybody?
What's going on, John?
Well, we're getting some heat out here.
Yeah?
Yeah. It was up about 105 when I left work.
I don't get that hot.
It's cool compared to your heat, but...
Hey, we already hit 115, so,
Yeah. You can have it. I think it's 75 here at home.
How's it feel to be home?
Feels good.
Yeah.
Oh, it's actually 70.
See,
even feels better.
In case you guys don't know, John was out to the East Coast last month visiting his family out there, and on the way back, he stopped and visited me. And so we chatted for a while. We had a little pizza for lunch, and met his one of his daughters, Liza, and of course I met the grandkids earlier, William and Kimberly. But anyhow, it was great to see you guys, and I appreciate you stopping by.
Yeah, it was. I wish we could have got to stay longer. They need to get off the road.
When you're doing a trip like that, you just travel 3,000 miles. You want to get home and get to sleep,
Yeah.
Anyhow, tonight, John, we're gonna I'm gonna put you small, and
okay.
We're gonna do some graphics on this road that I got right here.
Oh, okay.
And this is all highways and byways material that we're going to be using tonight. So,
that road, does it go up on the second level or the third level?
This road is going on the second level where the auto rack facility is right now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because I have a bunch of buildings there. Hello, Rusty.
Hey, Rusty.
Possum. Blah, come on, Vinny. Possum Bio, how's it going, Rusty? Glad you can make it in this evening. Chris Mitchell, glad to see you. 107 and no AC. Well, that really sucks. I'm sorry about that, buddy. You're welcome to come to my house.
Stick your head in the freezer.
Yeah, go stand in front of the freezer. Caught fire now, and now I'm broke. Oh boy. I remember the first year that I lived in this house. When I had the house inspected, the inspector told me, he says, you only got about 18 months left on your air conditioning system. I said, what does he know? Sure enough, 18 months later, my air conditioner went out, and it was right during the summertime. It was in July.
Of course.
And, it just had a break at that point, and that's when they got you by the,
Oh, yeah. They can charge
you want a new air conditioner? It's going to cost you $6,000. No problem.
Yeah, see, if you took care of it in the wintertime, it probably would have been a couple grand,
Really? You know, I heard something on the
Put
news
a bag
that
of ice in your pants.
it's kind of crazy. Some of these things that these people that are running for office. One person says they're going to divert the water from the Mississippi River to the Colorado River.
No. What they need to do, here's the common sense thing. They need to tell the California Coastal Commission to stick it in their ear and quit de-dying desalination plants, because you have desalination plants all up and down this coast, and you would not have a water problem.
Exactly, dude. You know?
And it's not going to hurt anything. Santa Barbara had built one back in the 90s, and they want to fire it back up, but it's going to cost them $40 million to fire it back up. They should have never turned it off. That's what gets me about this water deal. You know, quit trying to get water from way across the country, right here on the coast. I'm 2 miles from it. Lots of water. So.
Yeah. Chris Mitchell saying, FYI, Veteran Commission is going to
replace it?
Going to replace it in 2 weeks. Well, first of all, I didn't think that a river could run east and west. I always thought rivers ran north and south.
Well, hell, they were talking about taking water from the Pacific Northwest and tunneling it down the coast. Well, the California Coastal Commission ain't going to allow that. You're going to mess up the coast. And they're not even an elected body. That's what I don't get. Is, you know, they have total control over the coast, and you know.
Anyhow, all right. Let me start doing this because it's going to take me a while to do this. All right, so let me get down to the other camera. And let me do you like this, I think. Yeah, that's good right there, right?
Go. Yeah, Norman, they shut that one down.
Lower your mic a little bit, John, please.
Okay.
It's just a little bit too loud. All right. So anyhow, guys, what we're going to do first is I am going to go ahead and do my expansion joints. And I'm going to do them at every 40 feet, starting at this end right here. And I'm using my little square, so I make sure I get them nice and straight and square. And I'm going to use the back side of my blade to do this. And we're just going to give it 2 strokes. And we're going to do every 40 feet. And I already have these marked off, so here's 40 feet here. All right, and we'll continue on this all the way down the entire road. And what I should do actually is I should repaint this before we go any further. All right, now this one here, we're going to have to turn the blade this here around and make sure we're square on the line. And got to do this left-handed. All right. You guys can see that, right? Let me see.
Yeah.
You guys can see those lines. Can you see the lines, John?
Yeah.
Right there?
Yeah, they're kind
of... They are. I'm actually scratching the paint off of there right now, so I might have to.
Just a little bit.
I might have to hold up on doing this tonight because I might want to paint those lines before I actually do this. But we'll see. Now let's see. This would be. All right, we're going to do this guy next. All right, and one more here. I think I'm going to have to, I might have to hold up on this and do the painting because I don't want to paint. I can't paint it after the stripes are on there. So, but anyhow, I just do my extension joints. Now, I had painted this road a long time ago, and it was just sitting on my layout in the position where it's going to be. but I don't know. John, can you keep these guys a little bit entertained?
I'll have to
I'll
run
guys,
down to the door and get.
oops. Yeah, I want to get you over here, and I want to get you big. All right. Hold.
No.
The show is yours for a few minutes there, John. I got to go out in my garage and paint this, but the paint I'm using is this Tested, and it's called Flat Light Aircraft Gray. And I'm just going to go out in my garage right now and just give this a couple of squirts where I've made these lines. I'll be back in a minute.
Back in a minute, back. All right. Here's one project I got. Some track bumpers. Another one. I got to build some more of these for my brewery. Oh, excuse me, just 1 second.
Honey, I'm home. Oh, John left too?
Nothing in the mailbox. No. I'm live right now. Okay. That's all done. Let's see.
See, you lost your chance, John.
Well, I did show them this. I'm building. I'm showing them loading racks, and I had to go open up the door for Kimberly. So.
The only thing I don't like about this paint really stinks. Terrible.
Yeah.
Stinky. Very terrible. So I saw something that Steve said about centerline, and he really didn't catch it. Bear Stewart, how's it going, buddy? Glad you can make it in tonight. Well, I have Vinny is not doing a centerline expansion joint. No, I'm not doing centerline expansion joint. I'm just doing east to west or north to south, what do you want to call it.
Hey, John Schoolkill.
Hey, John, how's it going, buddy?
Let's see.
All right. So we'll give that a few minutes to dry up. I use plastic because I have enough plastic to do what I want to do, and I usually use 20 thousandths for my roads. They're easier to cut and so on and so forth. JD, is that a green caboose still there? Is that green caboose?
Funny thing about that green caboose.
What caboose are you talking about?
Well, I had a mail call video I posted last night. I had a pre-order that just came in after a year.
Oh, okay.
And Kimberly was the camera lady, and I just had ordered cabooses. So this Illinois terminal, it's the green and yellow, and she saw that, and she just took a liking to it, and said, "Oh, I'm going to have to take that one." And I told her, "Well, I think I might have to fight you over it." Well, I got a video from her this afternoon, and the green caboose is on her layout.
Oh. I see a lot of guys mentioning what they use for their roads and stuff. And guys, whatever you are comfortable doing roads with, I use the plastic because, number one, it's a very clean, flat surface that I know that my highways and byways graphics will stick on them. But when I first got the highways and byways about 6 years ago, I put it directly onto some pretty nasty plywood. And it's still on there. All my stripes are still there. They never came off. I'm going to redo the road eventually, so I'll be doing all new striping. But just to let you guys know that even if you put it on straight on plywood, it will stay down. Now you can lift it up. Just put your knife underneath the graphic. You can pick it up, but once it's down, just go over with your finger, and it kind of stays down pretty good.
Yeah.
See, now Chris Mitchell's saying he's using grout.
I've got foam down, so I don't know. I've got
well, my daughter got me.
a combination of patchwork, but I haven't really started doing roads yet.
My daughter got me this shirt for my birthday.
Yeah, that's a good shirt. Hey, BNSF Dave, when I ran the video, we had 23 cabooses on. Should have had 25 because I found 2 more that were sitting there. Excuse me. And then I had, there's 3 more that I couldn't put on. So I have a total of 28 cabooses.
I got 2. I got one that Sparky gave me, and one that Marty from M&M Short Lines gave me. He came by this week. He brought me a whole bunch of stuff. I don't know if I'm supposed to mention this or not, but he's kind of like going to put his layout on the back burner for a while. So he gave me a bunch of scenery stuff. I can't tell you how much stuff he gave me. A couple $100 worth of scenery stuff at least. Yeah, like I said, everybody uses this whatever for their roads. You know, people using shingles and the woodland scenic stuff and so on. So.
Yeah, you're correct, Randall.
All right, guys.
You're very persuasive. Trust me, I know from experience. Yeah, I bet you do.
Well, one thing is good that this paint dried already, so we can go ahead and do what I want to do. All right, so we're going to start this. Let me get down to the camera, John. I'm going to put you on the side,
all right,
like that, and keep me Lynn McCurdy, how's it going, buddy? Yeah, I just think that for me, using the plastic is just so much easier for me to do. Anyhow, this side here is going to be close to the auto rack facility. So this is going to be a shoulder on this side, and the shoulder usually gets a white stripe. So we're going to go ahead and just pop up one of these white stripes. Just like that. Now these are peel and stick. There is another type of installation I'll show you as we go further along. And I already have my lines drawn out. This shoulder is 5 feet from the end of the highway or from the dirt to the stripe. All right, that's one stripe down. Now we're going to come around here. Now what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go ahead and do my curve and then fill in the piece. It's a pretty tight curve. I think this will conform to that curve. We'll see. Yeah, let's see. Yeah, see, we won't have enough. So we'll start here. And we'll come around this curve.
Hey, Lynn, how you doing?
Anything happening in the chat there, John?
Okay, Ralph's just posting flat aircraft gray on Vinny's Amazon page. Talking about cabooses a little bit. Somebody has some, somebody has none. Let's see.
All right, guys, so I got my curve done. Now the next thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to go ahead and fill in this spot right here. And you can overlap this stuff. And I do overlap just a little bit. Sticks to your fingers real good too. All right, here we go. All right. So now we just have this little piece right here, which we'll use the other piece that we just cut off.
Okay, Chris Mitchell has a question for you.
Chris does?
Chris Mitchell.
Uh-huh.
Says, I put the highways and byways on some thin set at a museum and I can't get it to set or stay. Any suggestions?
If you have a problem, and I have run across a problem once before, I just add a little bit of glue on top of it. And Mark Sebastian is here. He can give a better explanation on what to do in that situation. Feel free to answer that question, Mark, if you're still here. All right, so as you can see, guys, we have our shoulder portion done. Now this is going to have a middle turning lane, and it's going to have one lane here, and it's going to have one lane here. So it's going to be one lane each direction plus a center turning lane. So with the center turning lane, what we're going to do is we're going to do a combination of the yellow stripes and the long stripes and the short stripes, because that's the way it is here in Arizona. So we'll see how this is going to work out. You guys ever have suggestions on from any of my sponsors, just let me know, and I'll talk to them and see if we can get stuff straightened out. All right, so this is going to be my center here.
Lynn McCurdy's going to go do a YouTube video at the club president's layout tonight.
All right.
Where is the dead Roadrunner they painted over? What? That's Steve 87.
All right, I'm going to do the same thing for the curve right here. I'm going to do the curve first, and then we'll meet it up on the inside. So we'll start a little further back. Right about there. And then we'll come around this curve. Trick is just curve it very gently.
Oh, okay. See, they're talking about what they're using for roads. You know, some of them are using the foam. You're using styrene. Joe Rader said all his roads are for sale signs.
Yep.
So I mean, yeah, it's however you want to do it. I mean, you can just
and you guys can see
the foam base. You can just do that and paint. You know,
you guys see that
roads or whatever.
So all my spare pieces, when I cut a piece off, I put it back on this material here, and I could reuse it. And I'm going to see this piece right here. I think will fit right there, so I don't have to cut another piece. So we'll go ahead and pull him up. Now I'm putting this actually on the outside of the line, because on the inside we're going to put the lane, the lane markers. I forgot.
The arrows, yeah.
I'm losing my mind here. A little dirt under that one. There you go. All right.
Okay. Steve 87 says there's always a dead animal on the road in Arizona when they paint the lines. I think the coyotes do just to mess with the road department.
All right. So now we're going to put the other yellow line on the outside here. All right. Now, I did draw the lines before the show started tonight, so it would save some time.
Yeah.
All right. Again, I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to start halfway around the curve. It's just easier to curve these guys, but they do curve, as you can see. And when you get done, you do a coat of, after everything is done, all your graphics and your weathering and stuff like that. When that's all done, then you give this a squirt of clear coat. All right, we're on the outside of the line.
And you say you start halfway through the curve?
No, I'm actually starting about an inch before the curve.
Uh-huh.
And then just going around the curve. It's just easier because there's less material for me to bend.
Right.
And these are pretty tight curves on here also, so.
Yeah.
Now I don't remember on this side is going to be parking spots because these are where the buildings are going to be. So it's the buildings, the road, and then the auto rack facility on this side here.
Right.
So we'll get this nice and down there. And again, I got some spare parts, some spare pieces. I don't know if any of them will make. No, they're actually going to be a little short. So. Have you seen Sparky come in here? Is Sparky here?
No, I haven't. He might be lurking. Who knows?
The lurker.
Yeah.
There we go. All right. So again, we're going to do a little bit of an overlap here.
Now, Mark S. is saying that sometimes it's easier to use the shorter cut sections for the tight curves.
Yeah, that's why I did that. Now, you see I have a piece left over here. I got a small piece down here that I got to fill in. Then I'll take the other one and put it here. And if I need that size piece again, I have it. So I'm going to go ahead and put this guy right here.
Hey, Matt, how are you?
Matt who?
MHBP Podnick.
Oh, Matt Brower. Okay, how you doing,
Yeah.
Matt? Now, as long as I stick this back on this paper, I'll be able to reuse it again. Now, I don't remember, because I have not, here it's very hard for us to find parallel parking because they're all parking lots and stuff like that. I don't remember if there's supposed to be a stripe on the parking lot side, on the parking spot side. I don't know. I don't remember. But we can figure that out later on. Okay, so now what we're going to do is I'm going to use a car to space out my lines. And I'll show you what we're talking about here. Hey, where'd you go? All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this one in front of this vehicle.
Okay. Nolan Knopfel is wanting to know if you have seen the video about the P-Vine by Acme Cinematography.
I believe I have. I believe I have. Someone sent me that already. All right, so you see I have my first line on here. Let me show you. Right down here. And we're going to continue that all the way up. So like I said, I'm just going to use my car as a spacer. And we're going to do it on both sides. We'll do one side first and then we'll do the other side.
Steve 87 is saying as far as where you're parking by the buildings, he said it depends on if you have a bike lane. He said normally parking has small or no lines.
Okay.
So if you were going to do parking meters or whatever, you'd have to do spaces. But.
Yeah, right. You know, in the parking lot kit, and also I have got red stripes for like no parking zones, and I believe I do have a couple of fire hydrants somewhere in my mess of parts that I will put a red stripe with no parking, so like there'll be a space for the fire hydrant.
Right. Hey, Dave P, how you doing?
All right, so there's no way that I can do this any faster, guys, so you'll have to bear with me.
Well, you don't want to rush it. That's when you mess things up. Hey, Dennis, how you doing?
Now, I don't have the second line measured out. I'm just eyeballing it right now. This is the only way I could afford a Corvette, by the way.
Especially nowadays.
Yeah, really. Hey, like I said earlier, I have not been out of the house yet. So has gas come down any?
Well, it has started to come down out here, but it's still ridiculous. I'm paying $5.79 a gallon right now.
How much?
$5.79.
Oh, well, you came down quite a bit then.
Yeah, it's dropped 40 cents.
I'm actually afraid to go down to the corner and put gas in my car.
Yeah. Yeah, California won't let it drop too far down because they're addicted to the tax money.
Oh, yeah, for sure. But guys, you can see what's going on here. I got my yellow stripe in there, and it's not a passing lane. It's a center turning lane is what we call them out here. I don't know how many other states have them. I'm sure other states have them also. Kind of relieves some of the traffic jam ups when you got to make a left turn.
Yeah, unless you get behind somebody that doesn't know that they can go in that lane to make their left turn, and then they make them stop and almost cause accidents.
Exactly. But as you can see, guys, this actually goes pretty fast once you get going with it.
Yeah.
And you can get a little bit more technical, enjoy your second line in here. I didn't do it because I actually I drew the lines on here like 10 minutes before the show started. And you pretty much could play with this stuff until you actually push it down. You can always take it back up.
Chasco says they call those suicide lanes.
Yeah. It's funny that there's a place, one of the main streets that goes north and south, between the hours of like 7 and 9 in the morning. The center lane that I'm doing right now becomes a travel lane in the direction of going south because that's going towards Phoenix. And then in the afternoon at 3 o'clock, they actually change it around. They use the same lane again for the traffic going north. So it becomes a travel lane. And I can see accidents happening, Well,
they do that. They do that sometime on the side street or on the side parking, but you're only allowed to park, or you can't park there between 7 and 9 in the morning on that one side of the street, and the other side of the street in the afternoons.
Yeah, we had that. We had that in New York. It's called alternate side of the street parking.
Yeah.
All right. So we're going to start doing the other side now. And we'll try and get them as even as I can. Maybe.
Tim says that when they put one of those lanes in Warsaw, by where he lives, an older lady thought it was an extra driving lane.
Hey, I was on, I think it was the Smithsonian Institute channel, that they did a survey. No, actually it was Mythbusters. That's who it was. They did a survey to see if a roundabout was actually better than a four-way stop sign. And you know that they found out that it is. It moves a lot more traffic through a roundabout.
Yeah, but you got to have people that know how to use it.
Yeah, that's true.
And nobody, and I mean nobody out here signals where they're going to get off.
Yeah, really.
Nobody knows how to use one out here. I mean, they just, you got to fly into it. I had a hit and run in one.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I was on the outside lane going around. Guy was on the inside lane, and he just came in hot. And I caught him out of the corner of my eye, slammed on my brakes. His mirror clipped my mirror, flipped my mirror glass out. I watched it fly and land in the grass over by the school.
Damn.
And I called it up. If you're in a hit and run and there's no accident, the cops don't care.
Really?
Yes, because I was following this guy. I was going to follow him into his house. He went into a gated community. I couldn't get in there. And they were telling me on the phone, stop following, don't follow him. I was like, well, it's a hit and run. I'm trying to give you all the information I can get. Well, It turns out, and this is everywhere, it seems, that if you are in a hit and run and there's no injury, the police aren't going to help you.
Wow. That really sucks. There we go. All right, so you guys can actually see what's going on here right now. So it gets a little time consuming. You got to get these down pretty good before you actually push them down hard. Even if you push them down hard, you can still get them up. But I'd rather just put them down once and be done with it. What's for dinner tonight, John?
I have no idea. I'll have to go down and rummage through the cabinets and see. Steve 87 says, nobody knows how to drive anymore. You're just in the way. Yeah. Dennis says, roundabout means take at least 3 loops for fun.
I'm watching this show. It's called Bones, and it's in Washington D.C. And the opening scene, when they're doing all the credits and stuff, the opening scene is a roundabout. But I've never seen a roundabout go to the left. I've always seen it go to the right. So I don't know if that's something special for Washington D.C. or whatever.
Unless they're working one-way streets or something, maybe.
This just takes a lot of patience, guys. But once it gets done, it looks really good. And it's better than painting them, because then you got to mask everything off to paint them and stuff like that. But as you can see, we're doing pretty good right here. Yeah. We've got about 10 minutes left.
Kevin Brown says in the UK, roundabouts go to the left.
Oh, they do? Well, yeah, because they drive on the wrong side anyhow.
Yeah.
Hey, is Digger in here? Is Digger Evans in here tonight?
Who?
All right, now this next one, we're just going to put on this side right here.
Have an accident in Maryland and the cops don't come if both cars can be driven. Huh.
That really sucks. To tell you the truth. Yeah. All right, so how we're going to do this guy like right here.
Tim says a semi broke down in a roundabout in Batavia and it blocked a major intersection for 8 hours.
Damn. Batavia, I know that place. That's in upstate New York. I know somebody up there.
Ralph says Uncle Guido is a magician.
Huh? Say it again?
Uncle Guido is a magician.
Oh.
Steve 87 said they put a roundabout in on a major road, and they have a rock quarry trucks that come out of it, but they didn't make the radius so the dump trucks could make the turn. Destroyed it in 6 months.
All right. If I don't get to finish all of this tonight, we will finish it next week. Now, these are going to get thrown off a little bit because of the curve.
And Martin Searsman says, Uncle Guido makes people disappear.
All righty, now got a couple more and we'll be done with the yellow stuff.
Randall says they have to respond to accidents here. Most of the roads are 2 lanes, so if you wreck, the roads are blocked.
Oh, yeah. So it's always the looky-loos that got to create the problem.
Oh, boy, yeah. I remember an accident I was in years ago. It was on the way to work early in the morning, foggy morning. And I guess they were filming. They had the train. The train was out. And it's never out at 6, that time in the morning. It's always in the evening or whatever, because it's a tourist train or they're doing a movie. So I was stopped, put my car in park, set the parking brake, and I just flashed my lights so everybody knew I was stopped for the crossing, even though they had flashing lights and everything. Car behind me stopped. Guy behind him, nope. It was just boom, slammed into us.
Wow.
So while I was talking to a CHP officer, the people going in the opposite direction, I must have heard, I don't know, 5 or 6 minor accidents. Saw one because they were all looking at seeing what happened, looking at the carnage instead of paying attention to driving and running into people. I mean, clipping them in the rear end. And
all right, guys. So how does that look?
that looks good.
See, now I don't know if I should put a white stripe on this side because that's the parking side of the street. I don't remember because it's been a long time since I've seen a parallel parking spot. So I'm just going to let that go for now. But what we're going to do next is we're going to go ahead and do the railroad crossing itself. And so these here are burnish. Need to burnish these on. So let's see, let's cut this guy out right here. The lines are a little bit different also. They're a little bit bigger as per prototype. All right, so now I have my stripe that's going to go right here. And so this is what they call a burnish. And so what we need to do is I take my knife and try and catch the corner and peel it up. Just like that. And now it's going to come up on this piece right here. So now what we need to do is we need to put him in place. And I have these tools that Mr. Dave BNSF gave me a while ago. These are burnishing tools. And so what you'll need to do is just burnish this guy in. Now, by the way, this line right here is the track, is where the track is. And on the kits that you buy from Highways and Byways, you can get it from them or you can get it from Yankee Dabbler, either way. But there is instructions on how far things are supposed to be as far as prototypes go. Now, once you get that down, you think you get it down.
Mark says the graphics are on the transfer tape to keep spacing and orientation for you.
Right. So now, as you can see, I start to peel this up and you can see my white line is staying down on my plastic, just like that. So now what we're going to do is we will cut out one of the railroad crossings. Now, I'm not doing this to 100% prototype just because of the spacing that I do have. So I will probably be putting these a little bit closer than what they should be. I remember the first time I did one of these, I didn't know exactly what I was doing. Oh boy, did I mess it up pretty big time.
Yeah.
All right, and then we'll just cut this side out. Now, this is the one you need to be really careful with because the X and the R's are separate from each other. Separate. What am I talking about? All right, that's garbage. Garbage. Now, make sure you put these in the right way because put it upside down, the guy who's driving the car will know something's wrong. All right. So it fits in the lane the way it's supposed to, and we're going to do the same thing again. At the corner, we're just going to take my knife and just kind of get under there. Just like that. And I am using some tweezers to pull it off the paper.
Take care, John Tenzillo. Enjoy the family.
See, this is one thing I've run into a problem several times with this. You just need to be careful when you pull it up. Make sure you get the graphic up with the backing.
Edward says, roads? Where we're going, we don't need roads.
See, I got a little bit of a problem here. My R doesn't want to come up. Hey, oop, almost. Oh, now the X don't want to come up. What's going on here? Uh-oh, come on. Yeah, I'm having a little bit of a problem with this one. Sometimes I have not used these for quite a while. And that could be the reason why they're not cooperating with me. This one's not working very well. Oh, there you go. He came up. All right. So now, basically, we just need to make sure that we're straight. And push it down. And again, we're going to burnish. You're actually pushing the graphic down into the road. I don't know if you guys ever done any of this burnishing stuff. Now, again, when you go to lift this up, you need to lift it up. Make sure everything is staying down on the road. If it's not, just lay it back down and just keep burnishing until it does stay down. So let's see what we got. See, like this side's not staying down yet. So we'll just take him and just give him a little bit more pushy. Come on. Okay, Mark, what do I do in this situation here?
Mark says, use a piece of tape across the top of the graphic to hold it in place, then use the tape as a hinge and carefully peel off the transfer tape.
Well, I got it down anyhow. And the final thing we're going to do is we're going to put another stripe back here. What's my count, John?
Let me get back over here. 35.29. I don't know where it was at the peak. I haven't been looking over on that part of it. I've been over on the StreamYard side.
I thought I saw about 40 when we first started. All right, guys. So the last thing we're going to do here is we're going to put this last stripe, and it's going to go across the road right there, right behind the railroad crossing. And again, we're going to peel it up in the corner. They come up pretty easy. Just make sure that they come up and stay on the back end, because that's where you want it. You don't want it on the blue. Okay. And then this guy will go right about here. And again, we'll burnish. I just want to trim this down right here. All right, and we'll trim this guy down here. All right, so there you go. In 30 minutes, I got myself a road with my railroad crossing on there. Trying to get it in camera. Of course, it's going to be, no, it's not backwards. It's good. All right, so that's how easy you can make your roads look really good with highways and byways graphics. Well, okay, guys. No road. All right. Anyhow, guys, I appreciate you all being here. It was great for me to be back after 3 weeks and not being here. I was so looking forward to doing this tonight. In fact, I was looking forward to doing it last week, and I was almost ready to do it. I just wasn't feeling it. I just wasn't feeling good at all. I said, you know what? I'm sure my buddies will be there next week when I come in, and here you all are, and I appreciate it. Anyhow, guys, thanks for all the super chats this evening. I'm going to call it good. I will have a video out tomorrow. It's going to be working on the gas station. I'm going to show you some of the modifications I did thanks to a couple of input from a couple of my subscribers. One of them was Mark Saunders, and the other was Roy Hardwick. Thank you, John, for delivering that message. It worked out pretty good because I spoke with the guys at Highways and Byways, and they're going to do me blue stripes.
Yeah, cool.
All right, guys, well, take care. John Schoolkill, can you call me tomorrow when you get a chance? Well, thank you, Mr. Heath. I appreciate that. You love the shirt. Then you say the whole thing. I don't know if you saw the whole thing. So my daughter got me that for my birthday. Well, I appreciate that, Mr. Norman Rowe. All right, guys. We'll talk to you later. Right. Don't forget my video tomorrow, premiere video. It'll be at noon Eastern time. We'll talk to you again next week. Bye for now.
See you later.